Hello everyone, this is Satya Prakash. Welcome to Coding Knowledge, and in this video we will discuss some of the common options that we can use with ng-new commands in Angular CLI. So before going through this session, visit my previous Angular CLI session, and there is few pre-video sessions, and these videos can be helpful to proceed this video. So I suggest and recommend to you visit this Angular CLI sessions, and you can get the link of these videos in my description section. So in this session I'd like to describe few points, that is what is ng-new command and common options used with ng-new command. So we need to open our command prompt in a administrator format. So I already have opened my command prompt as a administrator. So you can use that is just in your run search bar of your Windows, type run cmd and right click and run as administrator. So in this way we can give the privileges to our command prompt to access as the administrator. So here we write command that is ng-new Satya. So here ng-new command can do several things. It is going to create project folder with name Satya. In Satya folder it is going to create code and configuration files. It also installs required npm packages. So to know about npm packages, visit my Angular CLI sessions. We have described in details in that videos. Now to modify or customize ng-new commands, where there are several options available in Angular CLI. So in first point number 1, what the options are available for this. So here I'll write that is ng-new --help. So with help is nothing but a flag. It is going to list all the options we are going to use with ng-new commands. I just click enter. So it is going to list all the options available within the help flag in Angular CLI command using ng-new command. So here we are waiting for it. It just connect to the internet and retrieve all the list available options for help flag, that is collection collection commit default, and with the description of this particular options. So for example directory is the options for available in help flag, and the directory name to create the workspace in. So that is the description, short description of this options available in help flag. So in this way our point number 2 is that is ng-new, that is Satya dry and single dash run. So with dry run flag, it means instead of creating actual folder with file, it just report me what files and folders will be created. So this ng-new Satya means it will create a folder with the name Satya, and all the related files, folder, configuration files will be downloaded from the internet using a npm. Will install all the packages, but when I add the dry run, so it not create your actual folder. It just giving you the report that what files and folders will be created. It's just information. So I just put the enter here, and it tries to give us the details what files and folders will be created in future. It's just a pre-report. So it is asking about would you like to add Angular routing. I said no, and it asking which style sheet format would you like to use. I just write the SCSS and click enter, and it processes. See here, so it means it is the files and the actual folder. It is not created in your directory, that is C drive. It's just giving us the reports. That is all. If you if you want to create a Satya folder uh, with all required files and folders, so it will be created as Satya Angular JSON, and this related files will be downloaded to your Satya folder using in your C drive. Okay, so in this way it gives us the report, that is one to gives us the just a report what files and folders will be created. So here in note you can see the dry run flag means no changes were made. It's just a report, it's not actual made in a folder. So I just want the clear screen here. So in here point number 3, I want to check about I want to show you what is keep install flag. So ng new satya1 and dash dash keep and single dash install, and so it dash dash keep dash install flag, it skips install the required packages. This means after generate the project we can manually execute npm install to install all the required Angular packages. So I just want to click enter. It just create a folder instead of install the required packages, which one has been made by the npm install command. So no, and select SCSS. So here it is created in your local that is C drive. So I want to if I want to see what the files and folders are created, so I want to open it as a Visual Studio Code. So cd satya1 and space code dot. If you click enter, it will open your project file using Visual Studio Code. So remember, it skips the required packages. This means after generating the project we can manually execute the npm install to install all the required Angular packages. So I have opened using Visual Studio Code. So we'll check that is npm install. We'll check that is npm folder is there or not. See here, I have opened using Visual Studio Code Satya1 Angular project. You see node module folder is missing because we skip installing packages using dash dash skip dash install flag along with ng-new command. So here node module folder is missing, is not available at all. So to install node module folder along with all required packages, we have to execute the npm install command manually. So I want to here like this, I want to npm install. If you write like this, then it will be install all your npm packages, Angular packages, and in your local folder, that is npm install. So in this npm install command, it will install all install node module folder along with all required packages. So point number 4, we need to discuss on what is dash dash skip and dash tests. So I want to this is point number 4. So ng new satya 2 and dash dash skip dash install and dash dash skip dash tests, and okay, now ng new satya 2 dash dash skip dash install dash dash skip dash tests What is dash dash skip dash tests? It skips to create unit test files or generating the spec files. So I tell you that is in your previous Angular project. If you see, if you go source app here, you see here in your earlier command, that is without using only skip install flag, you see app.component.spec.ts. it is a spec file or a test unit test file. So that's why what I have mentioned here, dash dash skip dash tests in your Satya 2 project. It skips to generate or download the test files or unit test files or spec files. So I just click here enter, and it will create your project, Angular project with Satya 2 folder, and two commands I have mentioned. It will skip your npm packages and it will skip to generate the test files. So let's see what will happen here. Okay, now Satya 2 folder is created. I want to open in Visual Studio Code to check whether the generate files, test files, whether it is created or not. So I will open this Satya 2 project in another Visual Studio Code window. So here we'll see here it is already open Satya 2 4 project file. So if you go to source and app folder, you'll check only app that is in our root component, only ts files, app.component ts, app.component.scss, and app.component.html, but there is no app.component that is spec.ts file test, and it skips to generate the test file or spec files. Okay, now we'll clear the screen to execute the new command for it. So it has so in the previous, that is skip test, it that is the in your source app folder, the spec file is not available at all. So we'll go to point number 5. So here we'll check, that is what is dash dash inline dash template flag. So C drive ng new, that is Satya 3, that is dash dash skip dash install, and dash dash skip dash tests, and dash dash inline dash template. So use inline template when generating new project. Though this inline hyphen dash dash inline dash template means use inline templates when using the new project. So if you check here in our previous code here, Satya 2 file, if you go here, by default Angular create the external template, that is app.component.html. And if you see app.component.ts, then you notice the template if you notice the template URL property here to reference the external template file path, that is app.component.html. So template URL property of app.component.ts, it refers to the external template file, that is app.component.html. So if you want inline template instead of external template, then we use dash dash install dash dash inline dash template flag, what we have written here. So we just enter, put the enter here, and it will ask as earlier what we have seen earlier, that is asking for you want any routing, and then it asks for what the style sheet you want to use. I say yes, no, I don't want the routing. Here I mentioned CSS, and it will generate our Angular project folder with name Satya 3. So here you can see in your src app folder, that is only app.model.ts, app.component.ts and app.component.scss. There is no app.component.html file. So we want to open in Visual Studio Code. So we just create here. So it will open our Satya 3 Angular project using Visual Studio Code. There the whether we will check there is app.component.html, that is external template, is available or not. So here Satya 3 folder Angular project. If you go source, then app, here you check in your root component there is only app.module.ts, app.component.ts and app.component.scss. There is no external template, that is app.component.html. So if you click here app.component.ts, there is no template. There is a template URL earlier. I have already described template URL. It contains the path of external template, but here there is no template URL and there is no external template file path there. This is auto generated and it is an inline template created by the Angular. Here you'll check, this is the inline template is created. Okay, so I open the Visual Studio Code and src app path. There is no app.component.html file. So if I already have opened the app.component.ts, then here we can see the inline template instead of external template file path. Okay, now we'll check what is like in inline template. We'll see what is inline style. So this is point number 6 and it is the final point, last point it discuss on the that is what is inline style flag in Angular CLI. So just like inline template, we can use inline template inline style. So same as the inline template, we can use the inline style. So if you see in I already have described, that is in Satya 3 folder, that is Satya 3 project Angular project folder, there is an external style sheets. That is if you want to open it, there is a called app.component.scss SCSS or CSS will be created. This is the external style sheet. Okay, now so instead of use this external style sheet, we want to use inline style. So for this the command should be ng new. I want to create another project file, that is Satya 4, and skip install skip tests and inline template and inline and style. So again we'll check, that is the command should be ng new Satya 4 skip install skip tests inline template inline style. So we just click here enter. As earlier it asking for routing as well as style sheet. So maybe it not be asking about style sheet because I have that is keep the inline style. I will use the inline style instead of external style. So here is asking about inline style. So I just click here enter. So the Satya 4 folder is created in our file. So if you go to src file, that only app.module.ts, and second one is src app.component.ts. There is no external style sheet has been created here. So use inline style when generating new application after execute this app.component.css file is not available. So I want to open it using Visual Studio Code. So Satya 4 here and code dot so it will open the Satya 4 Angular project in Visual Studio Code. Okay, now we'll check whether the external style, that is app.component.css or scss, has been created or not. So here you'll see, if I go to src app, there is no app.component.html and there is no app.component.scss or css external style. There is only app.model.ts and app.component.ts file. So this command, uh, only this command I have used, that is its purpose is use inline styles when generating the new application. So after execute this, the app.component.css or app.component.scss style external style file is not available. I already have shown you using Visual Studio Code. Okay, now we just clear the screen for this. So that's all about that is most important flags in Angular CLI to skip the operations or skip the required files. And if you want those files or not as per the requirement, you can control it using flags in Angular CLI. So this points all about practically we have discussed already to implement the flags in Angular CLI. So let's go to our presentation. There is few details and description part of the flags. So go to our presentation here. So here we'll check what is new ng-new command and what are the common options with ng-new command. So what is ng-new command? Here ng-new command can do several things. It is going to create project folder with mentioned name. In that folder it is going to create code and configuration files. It also installs required npm packages. And the flags, first flag we have already discussed on it, --dry -run. It is a flag used with Angular CLI command and its data type is boolean, default value is false, and it is used to run through without making any changes. Just report that files that will be created. And the first one is already have described, --dry -run, and the second flag is --skip -install. It is a flag used with the Angular CLI command. Here the data type is boolean and the default value is false. The purpose is to skip installing packages. And the third flag is --skip -only tests. It is a flag used with Angular CLI command. Data type is boolean, default value is false. The purpose is to skip creating tests. And fourth flag is --inline -style. It is a flag used with Angular CLI command, and data type is boolean, default value is false, and the purpose is to use inline styles when generating the new applications. And the last and final flag in this session is --inline -template. It is a flag used with Angular CLI command, and here the data type is boolean, default value is false, and the purpose is to use inline templates when generating the new project. So this is my YouTube channel, Coding Knowledge. Here subscribe it, share it, and here you get the up-to-date knowledge on .NET with MVC, Core, Angular, Bootstrap, with Azure Data Factory, Azure, and MSBI tool and Power BI tool. So in the last we have described what we have learned details, that is in this session we have learned that is what is ng-new command and what are the common options used with ng-new command, with its data types, with its that is options, with its and description, with the purpose behind all these common options associated with the flags in Angular CLI. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for listening and have a great day.